Okay, good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, August 24th, 2026. You're in the live trading room. Hope you all had a good weekend. Stayed cool wherever you were. This is last Friday's charts. Ended up with seven trades for plus 83 and having a pretty good week. We did have that nice sell-off in the beginning that we took several trades off of. And then around 10:22 started to swing high. Took several other trades. So that was Friday's, and we closed Friday at 713.85. Currently sitting at 708, let's see, 708.90. And we do have a gap play this morning. And the gap fill and trigger will be at 709.22. Write that down. Cap 709.22. So it will be a call trade if it happens, if it comes up above that, which is very likely it will. It will be a call trade that is indicated at that point. So let's move up to real time. There we are. And let's head over to the option chain. We are in the 24th today. We've got just over a million traded in pre-market volume, and the strikes are pretty well out of balance at this point until we get that uh, pre pre-market volume built into the strike pricing. We'll figure that out when we get into real trading, what strikes we're going to do. So like that. So let's see here. Is Keith out there?
He's here somewhere.
There he is. Okay, good morning, Keith.
Good morning, everybody. Um, yeah, good morning, Tim. Yeah, I hope you all had a great weekend. This morning, announcement wise, very little. There was a Chicago Fed National Activity Index came out, a really minor thing, and really much wasn't much changed from last month. We will have a 3 and 6 month bond auction at 11:30 today, and that's it for scheduled announcements today. We'll get some housing numbers coming out tomorrow and start getting durable goods orders and personal expenditure numbers out on Wednesday. I haven't gone up to Thursday yet, but it's probably the producer price index numbers will come out on Thursday. Any new trades for me today will be the 28th, this Friday, expiration on any new trades there. And I think that's about it for me here.
Wow, wow, done early.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you have a nice weekend?
I did. Yeah,
Good deal.
did nice weekend. And beautiful weather here this morning. Saw actually a double rainbow, and one of the rainbows went all the way from one end to another this morning. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
so that bodes well for a good day today, I guess.
Yeah, take that as a good sign. Absolutely. Okay, let me get out my drawing tools so I can draw something on the screen. Here we go. Just a reminder, want to have 20 cents between each of your hash marks on each of your charts. So we're looking at the same size candles from day to day. It's very important so we don't get fooled from one day to the next. And we've got 20 seconds before we start. Push that down, bring that up. 15 seconds. There we go. 10 seconds. All right, stand by, everybody. Here we go. In five, four, three, two, one. There's the bell. We are in. And immediately price is going down. Passed right through VWAP and is continuing down pretty strongly. See if it's going to continue down. All right, broader indices. Dow is up by 13, it's up by 6. NAS is down by 139. S&P is down by 20. Yeah, we are definitely moving away from the gap fill and trigger, moving in the opposite direction. So unless this turns around, it won't be a gap play or a gap fill and trigger. There's a gap play, but not the fill and trigger. All right, price beginning to turn around here. Over on the option chain, I'll be at the 705 on the call side and probably the 710 on the put side for now, anyway. Price trying to turn around here and go higher. Price starting to come down again. All right, price continuing to come down. Keep an eye on that 709 on the put side. Price beginning to slip higher now. It's backing up a little bit. These 6, 709, 80, 706, 60. Wow, come down $3 just in that first few minutes.
I'm sorry, part of it I think was my fault. I had Natty here sitting up on my, looking at my monitor, scratching the tick to go down.
I knew it. Knew there was something going on there.
I did put a pseudo supply zone at the top of that first 5 minute candle.
Okay. Gotta head way back up there to get that.
No, quit scratching my screen. No, what are you doing?
Got price climbing. Price coming back down again. Was starting to rise and it's turned around. Nas down 145, S&P down 21, Dow's up 75. We got 2,656,000 traded on the underlying. So far, pretty good volume. Got price starting to come down again. Wow, price coming down. All right, looking at, I'll call it the 708 on the put side. 708 strike put. Stand by on the 708. Kind of pausing right here. Price pausing right here.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to get in on this though.
All right, 708. All right, stand by in the 708. All right, let's Yeah, it's coming back up. Price is rising a bit. Still looking at the 708 on the put side. Stand by. Want to see a little more momentum here coming down. All right, let's go ahead and get into this.
I just got out of it.
Oh, you in?
Yeah, I was in at 738
Oh, I didn't hear.
and out at 788, 50 cents.
Okay. Minute 366. All right, stand by. Take profit on this. Let's go ahead and take some profit out at 384. I'm going back to the 707 on the put side. 707. I'm going to re-enter the 707. Wow. Got it at 345. Stand by to take some profit here. Let's go ahead and take some profit out at 404, 345 to 404.
Looking at the 706 to get in. Let me go ahead and get in.
Okay.
All
Look
right.
at the 706 as well.
I'm in at 770.
In it. Pulled the trigger in at 354. Stand by to get out of this. I'm getting out of this. I'm going to go back to the 707 on the put side in case this comes down. Going back to the 707 on the put side. Stand by. And I'm going to enter the 707.
I moved the demand zone down also.
Okay.
I just took profit on that put, so and it's 770 out at 810.
All right. Stand by to take profit here. I'm going to take profit out at 440. 388 to 440.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Tim, did you get out of that previous put?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I had a slight loss on that previous put. All right, let's get a demand zone put in down here. Let's see here. We got 28 plus 59 minus 33 plus 52 equals. All right, I got 4 trades plus 106.
We got 2 trades up 90.
Not bad.
No, I'll take that. Given the negative Nasdaq, I'm not real thrilled about taking a call trade here.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Dow's up 182, Nas is down 223, S&P's down 21. So would agree, not anxious to take a call trade at this point.
Qs are up. Volume is plus 5,700,000. And we've got about 3 minutes to the pop here, but there are no announcements planned for 10 o'clock. So there may or may not be a pop.
That price still rising past that previous little reversal high.
Still
Prices
having a
are,
hard time getting much higher there, though.
yeah, a little bit less volume showing up. Oh, we're in the pop.
Oh, that we are.
And price coming down.
Not much volume extra at that pop.
No. Just going into some consolidation now. Have been for a bit. Price continuing to come down. Nas now down 214, SP down 20. Got 6,228,000 traded on the underlying asset. Ooh, there's a big push down through the demand zone. Price beginning to rise through the demand zone. No, maybe not. There it goes. Price coming back down again. We've had quite a sell-off the last couple of weeks here.
I did notice that.
Yeah, down to 703. Could break down into the 600s today. Um, Price coming back down through the demand zone. Let's see if it's going to keep going this time.
Can probably move the supply zone down to a real supply zone.
Mm-hmm. There we go. The price is going into consolidation again. Rising back through the demand zone. All right, we can move the demand zone down just a wee bit to a better agreement point. Price continuing to come down. Price rising again, hitting the demand zone, breaking through the demand zone. Got our 1 minute MACDs in the call bias position, kind of curling around on the 5 minute MACD. Price broken through the demand zone, is rising. Comes price back down. Price continuing to rise.
Close to a doji on that last candle.
Yeah. Comes price back down.
This price movement didn't really excite Natty, so he gave up and jumped down. I was surprised he stayed up as long as he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, really haven't had really any continuous tradable moments after the last trade we got in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of been meandering. See if price is going to break through the demand zone again. Price heading back up. Oh, okay. Excuse me all for a minute or two. I'll be right back.
All right. Let me climb up there again. Getting up close to the supply zone here. I think I'd like to see it get above 704.76, that last high around 10 o'clock before I would get into a call. And if I did, it would probably be about the 702 on the call side if it got above there. Struggling to get across supply zone though. Got the 5-minute MACD trying to cross over going up also.
Okay.
I was saying, Tim, I'd like to see it above the 704.85 or so, the previous high around 10 o'clock before I would get into a call.
Yeah. Okay.
5-minute MACD's trying to cross over going up, but it's struggling to stay above the supply zone here. If I did, I'd probably look at the 702 they got up there on the call side.
I'm gonna reset my option chain here. 702 looks good to me. Goes price reversing back through the supply zone.
And that it is.
Dow up by 123, Nas down by 231, S&P down by 28. It hasn't moved all that much.
Definitely getting lower volume here in the last 20 minutes or so, too.
Yeah. See if price is going to bounce off the demand zone.
One-minute MACD's crossed back over going down.
Mm-hmm. 5-minute MACD is threatening to cross. It's on the rise again. 5-minute MACD is crossed over to the call side. 1-minute MACD bounced off of the control line, is still in the call bias position. All right, it's trying to come back down. Working its way back through the supply zone. Yeah, let's see here. And keep an eye on the 703 on the call side.
We go to the 702. Not much room between where we are and the VWAP, though, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's see if it can get up through VWAP. We've risen through VWAP, trying to stay above VWAP. Stand by on this 703. Starting to get a bit of a reversal going here. Looks like we might be going into consolidation again. I'm going to move to the 704 on the call side. And stand by on the 704. A little bit of reversal forming here. Yep, just in consolidation again. Price breaking out a little bit on the top side. Getting some low volume here, lower volume. Price coming back down again. Price continuing to come down. Got 10,507,000 traded on the underlying asset. Dow's up 120, Nas down 167, S&P down 21. Heading down toward VWAP. We've not really had a good entry point for a call trade.
No, there are a few places get going up to VWAP I would have considered, but VWAP is always a struggle.
Yep. Yep. Price on the rise again.
Yeah, I'm also concerned about just the low volume here.
Yeah. Yep, me too. We do have seemed to have reached kind of a resistance point up here. Price trying to come down. Hey guys, excuse me for one more minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. See, we're about in the same place. Got price coming down a little bit. Price is just meandering. No real breakouts, mostly because of the low volume we have right now. Got Dow's up by 146, Nasdaq down by 156, S&P's down by 20. Not a lot of change there. We got 11,213,000 traded on the underlying asset. And price just kind of meandering up and down in short candles. Might be getting a new supply zone here. There we go. We can move our supply zone up. Go ahead and duplicate that. Bring that up to there. Let's duplicate price limit. Bring that up to there. Turn this into a minor zone. There we go. Got our 1 minute MACD is in the put bias position now, while the 5 minute is still very much in the call bias position. So big mismatch on that right now. Price trying to come down a bit. Been in low volume for quite a while now.
It certainly has.
Uh, Okay, folks, we're at the top of the hour. We're going to go ahead and wrap up our morning session. Doesn't look like there's much going on right now anyway. Um, so that is it for this morning. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for supporting the room. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Keith.
Yep. Thank you, Tim. Only had 2 trades today, but up 90 cents.
Okay, and I had 4 trades, ended up 106, and that's all the trading I'm doing today. So that is it. We will see you all tomorrow.
Yep. Have a good evening, everybody.
Bye-bye.